We are seeing solar remain active while wind has faded a bit for a number of reasons. Wind is a little more subject to some of the inflationary factors, the expenses with building out those projects, local land use approvals, proximity to transmission grids. So a number of different issues have slowed wind projects down a bit, whereas solar, it did take a punch in the mouth with some of the tax credit reel-ins from last year. The projects that really have potential and have all the physical attributes and kind of permitting attributes that are favorable, are moving forward. And developers are identifying sites that potentially check all the boxes and saying, we can make the economics work should we be able to get through, the entitlement process, which can take, say, from 3 to 5 years to accomplish. But it's power purchase agreement, it's, all of things that have to do with title, it's local land use approvals, interconnects agreements. But, should they get through that, it is an extremely valuable proposition for a landowner, to have a commercialized project on their property. But it's hard, and there are no small steps, they're all big. So if you are a landowner and you go under lease with a developer's expressed interest in your property, that you're going to be tied up for 3 to 5 years before you come out the other side and understand that it's actually going to be built out and your revenue stream is going to begin. And I say there are no small steps in that process. It's making sure that they can get a connection agreement with the utility, a power purchase agreement in place. Very importantly, and probably most difficult these days, is local land use approvals. Most of these rural areas where new projects are coming out of the ground don't have a specific ordinance for solar. So they're making it up as they go along a bit like data centers, which again, the headwinds on projects are the online Facebook petitions where the neighbors don't want it. It's very emotionally based. The economics are such that you have to cite most of these renewable projects in rural areas because that's where, land values and higher and better use analysis say, look, if you're a landowner and you're willing to put this under option to potentially lease for up to 40 years, you have to be pretty confident that it's not a subdivision in waiting and you are going to, tie it up for that length of time and forego the opportunity to have it developed. So that's the nature of these projects and why they're in rural areas.